Good evening and welcome to the Ohio Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions that's happening this evening as part of the Virtual College Fair, so be sure to sign up for additional ones at the same website where you registered for this one. And this presentation and all others are being recorded and will be available in about a week's time at stridescan.com/Ohio. I'm now pleased to turn it over to our presenters, and we'll get started this evening with the University of San Diego.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here with you all this evening. My name is Jackie Burkett. I'm a senior admission counselor. I'm also a very proud alumna of the class of 2011. So the University of San Diego, we are a private Catholic university. We were founded in 1949 by the Diocese of San Diego and the Sisters of the Sacred Heart. We started off as the San Diego College for Men, San Diego College for Women, and in '72, we combined to be what is now USD. So we're still quite a young university, but still rooted in that Catholic intellectual tradition. You'll see this wonderful quote down here at the bottom by one of our founders, Mother Rosalie Hill. She had this idea that if she built a beautiful campus, it would draw people here. On campus, our students would be exposed to truth, within truth find goodness, and be able to spread that goodness around the world. So beauty, truth, and goodness is really what USD is all about, and it still runs with us today as we are the #6 most beautiful campus in the nation, thanks to the Princeton Review. But let me tell you a little bit about our campus community and where our students come from. So we do have about 5,900 undergraduates, about 2,600 grad and law students. So we are considered a mid-sized university. 48% of our students come from out of state, about 10% are international, so that does leave the rest Californians. 38% of our students identify as being students of color, and only about 40% of our students identify as Catholic. So we really do have students coming from all across the globe, all different walks of life, and that is something that we celebrate on our campus. We have our Center for Inclusion and Diversity, our Commons, which houses our United Front Multicultural Commons, which has 33 different multicultural clubs and organizations, Black Student Resource Commons, Women's Commons, and LGBTQ and Allies Commons. So there's lots of ways to grow within your own culture and learn about others while you're here at USD. And of course, the whole purpose of going off to college is to receive an education. And we believe in the liberal arts. So you're not just going to be studying courses in your major, but courses within everything else as well, from fine arts, math, science, history, philosophy. And we do require 2 semesters of theology as a part of our core curriculum, but that could be in whatever faith tradition you'd like to explore. We offer Buddhism, Hindu, Judaism, even fun courses like Jesus in Hollywood and pop culture. So lots of opportunities to get those theology requirements out of the way. But we do have 42 different majors to choose from, about 56 different minors. We have a wonderful School of Business, definitely has a great reputation. Awesome School of Engineering that's only about 8 years old, and it's already 13th in the nation for undergraduate engineering programs. We also have a College of Arts and Sciences, being a liberal arts university, which houses some popular majors like biology, psychology, communications, and political science, just to name a few. But my favorite experience at USD was the small class sizes. Our average class size is only 22, and we cap our classes at 40. We want our students to have one-on-one opportunities with professors. So all of our courses are taught by professors. 97% of them have a terminal degree in their field. But our students are not only involved inside the classroom, but outside the classroom. We have over 180 different clubs and organizations to get involved in, everything from our accounting society to our skydiving club, whatever you could possibly think of in between. We're also home to 17 NCAA Division I sports. We play in the West Coast Conference, except for football. We're 1AA, we play in the Pioneer League. So we definitely have a lot of Torero pride on our campus. And we also have club and intramural sports as well. If you just want to continue to play a sport that you love, maybe go out and learn a new one. And of course, we live in San Diego. It sounds weird to say that we're the 8th largest city in the US because I think we have more of a small city feel. And we're just about 15 minutes away from everything you would want to be away from. So we're about 10 minutes north of downtown, 15 minutes south of La Jolla, 10 minutes away from the beaches. So our students enjoy getting off campus too. Things that kind of make USD unique is that we are one of only 45 changemaker campuses in the world, designated because of what we do outside the classroom. This all goes back to our Catholic roots of wanting to be of service to others. So our students, faculty, staff, our whole Torero community is dedicated to social justice, social innovation, entrepreneurship, sustainability, and global citizenship as well. So our students do simple things like fundraising to send #2 pencils to third world countries, something as big as completely developing and building an irrigation system for a village in Sudan. So we want our students to not only think locally, how are you going to have an impact at USD, but how are you going to impact the world? So we're also consistently ranked top 10 in the nation for our study abroad participation. Over 76% of our students will study abroad at least once, many graduating in 4 years. And it's easy to study abroad as we have over 80 different programs, 30 different countries, 6 different continents. So you name it, we go there. Hopefully that was just a little taste of USD and inspires you to want to get to know and learn more. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I am your admission counselor. I'm the one here to help you all through the process. So please don't hesitate to shoot me an email and I'd be happy to walk you all through that. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Great, thank you so much, Jackie. Our next presentation this evening comes to us from Western Colorado University.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Lindsay Leggett, and I'm a regional director. Oh, sorry about that. I'm a regional director of recruitment for Western Colorado University based in Gunnison, Colorado. So we're right in the heart of the Rocky Mountains. It's a really beautiful small mountain town if that's something that you're looking for. What you're seeing here is a picture of campus. This is something that I loved about Western when I was a student, is that it's really easy to get from one end of campus to the other and everything is really close and kind of tight knit. Our backyard is nature's best classroom. So we're surrounded by millions of acres of BLM land, national forest land, all of this public land that students have access to for research as early as the first day of your freshman year. You do not have to wait until you're a junior or a senior to participate in research opportunities at Western. And that public land is also open for students to participate in recreational activities as well. We're about 30 minutes away from Mount Crested Butte, and there's a free shuttle that runs right from campus up to the mountain every 45 minutes or so. And we're about 45 minutes away from Monarch Mountain as well if you're interested in skiing. Something else that I really loved about being a student at Western is that we have really small class sizes. So our average class size is 17 students, but the biggest class you'll ever see on campus will only hold about 50. So you won't sit in a single lecture hall with hundreds of other students. All of your professors will know your name. They'll know your major, the things that you're interested in, and they'll notice if you're not in class. So it's really difficult to slip through the cracks at Western. As far as affordability goes, our out-of-state tuition is right around $18,600 per year. And you can compare that to the national average of out-of-state tuition, which is right around $22,500 per year, and Western is relatively affordable in that sense. Our total overall cost, including tuition, fees, room, and board, everything included, is right around $32,000 per year. And that's without factoring in any financial aid or scholarships that you might receive. The biggest scholarship that Western gives out as an institution to students is our merit-based scholarship, which ranges from $8,000 per year to $10,000 per year. And it's entirely dependent on your GPA. So we are test optional for the fall of 2021 and hoping to be so moving forward as well. But that includes being test optional for all of our scholarships. So if you have at least a 3.35 GPA, you will automatically receive $8,000 per year to attend Western. And that can go up from there depending on your GPA as well. We do have other scholarships available to students. That's kind of just the most significant. As far as different services that we provide to students, this is certainly not a comprehensive list, but just some things that I like to highlight. We do have an academic resource center that houses our disability services, academic advising, career services, study abroad, our office of the registrar. So a lot of academic resources within that office. Specifically for every single freshman and transfer student that attends Western, you will be assigned an academic advisor who will help ensure that you are registered for the correct courses your first semester of your freshman year. Once you declare a major on campus, you'll be able to choose an academic advisor within your program. So this will be a professor that's teaching your courses, and they'll get to know you really well. I'm still in communication with my academic advisor from the communications major at Western. So they're just a really great resource for you during your time in school and beyond that as well. We do have an Office of Career Services as well. So if you're interested in finding a work-study job on campus or an internship or a job after you graduate, they can sit down and host mock interviews with you to practice some interview skills. They can look over your resume and your cover letter, make sure all of that looks good to go as well. We also have writing centers and math tutoring centers on campus. So if you have any questions on your math homework or would like help studying for a math test, you can go into our math tutoring center at any point. Same thing with our writing center. That's where you can take a paper that you've already written and have a student edit it for you and make sure it looks good to go. We also have an EPIC mentorship program, and these EPIC mentors are current students. They're sophomores through seniors at Western. So they've experienced at least a year on campus, and they're a really great peer resource for you. They're there to help make sure that your transition onto campus is really smooth, but then they're also there to just be a really friendly face once you get onto campus as well. So they could text you and say, hey, I'm headed to a basketball game if you want to join. So they're a really great resource for you. They're located in our trailhead in the University Center, which is kind of the hub for all of the student life offices on campus. But you can walk into the trailhead anytime and ask questions on your homework or just stop by and hang out for a little bit between classes as well. If you're interested in visiting campus, we would love to have you. We are offering in-person campus tours right now. If you cannot make it to campus, that's totally understandable as well. We do have a virtual tour on our website. You can find that at western.edu/visit. We also have some recruitment events coming up this semester. So if you're interested in a specific academic program or a club on campus, we've got this deep dive series that you can join at western.edu/recruitment events. And if we have any seniors in the room that are interested in applying to Western and have not yet, that is a-okay. We operate off of the rolling admissions process, so there is no application deadline. As I said earlier, we are test optional, so the only requirements we have for your application are the application itself and your high school transcripts or transcripts from an institution if you're transferring. We do have a $30 application fee, but you can use the code GOWESTERN2021 to waive your $30 application fee. That will only work for the Western application, but we are on the common application as well if you'd like to apply that way. And here's my contact information. If you ever have any questions, I would be more than happy to chat with you at any point about anything Western related. Feel free to call, text, or email, and I'll be sure to drop that in the chat. Thank you so much for joining today. Have a great rest of your evening.
Great, thank you so much. Our next presentation this evening comes to us from the University of Colorado, Boulder.
Hi everyone, another Colorado presentation for you here. Get my screen running. Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca Hughes. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions here at CU Boulder, here to share a little bit more about CU. So jumping in here, I want to first share a little bit of big picture information on who we are and where we exist within the landscape of colleges here. We are located in Boulder, Colorado. So that what you see on the screen here is a picture of campus, the building with the red roofs there. And we are really nestled right into the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. So another very scenic backdrop for your 4 years of college. Boulder is located about 30 minutes west of downtown Denver. So if you've been to Boulder before, or been to Denver before, you've not too far from Boulder. So really cool college town experience. Boulder has been named one of the best college towns in the US a handful of times by a handful of different magazines and such, but really cool experience. Our students not only have a really robust campus experience being at a larger institution like CU Boulder, but also get to join a really awesome community here in Boulder with lots going on. So we'll get to that. As far as where we fit into the landscape of colleges that you may be looking at, CU Boulder is a large public institution. We are a tier 1 research institution, so a lot of research happening on campus, but in total we have about 35,000 total students here at CU Boulder. About 30,000 of those are undergraduate students, so far more of an undergraduate focused institution here at CU. Even though we are a larger school, our students are going to have a little bit smaller academic experience, which is not so typical for a large institution. Our students we do have an 18:1 student to faculty ratio on campus, and we do have classes that are typically under 50 people per class. So about 85% of your classes will be taught with less than 50 students. So maybe a little bit bigger than what you're used to, but smaller than most expect at a larger institution like CU. Certainly you still have a lecture hall experience from time to time. To my knowledge, our largest lecture hall on campus fits about 150 students. So not too bad. You get the best of both worlds. You get that full college experience. Being at a larger institution, being that we are a larger institution, we do have quite a bit when it comes to academic opportunities. I'll dive into that in a moment here. But with 8 different colleges, schools, and programs, you have quite a bit to choose from. Beyond that, our students have a really wide variety of things that they can get involved in here on campus. Over 500 different clubs and organizations, study abroad programs in over 60 different countries, and lots of ways to find a community and make a larger campus feel a little bit smaller here at CU. Now, ultimately, we all know that your academic experience is going to be a really big driver in your college search process. So like I mentioned, CU does have quite a bit to offer for academic programs. We have over 100 different majors for students to choose from. So you'll all pick one of those to graduate from CU Boulder. Beyond that, you can add on any of the other things listed here. So minors or certificates, very similar concept, a smaller sampling of courses that you might be interested in. And then concurrent enrollment options actually allow you to get a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in 5 years. So kind of a cool option if you're looking to go into graduate school at some point. So all of those majors that I mentioned, or the 110 majors that I mentioned, fall into one of these 7 colleges, schools, or programs. There's an 8th that I'll get to in just a moment, but these are traditional programs on campus. We are well known for our College of Engineering and Applied Science, as well as our Lead School of Business. Those are really popular programs here at CU. Another program that is not on the slide here that I just want to spend some time addressing is our program in exploratory studies. This program is a little bit different. It's really designed to be a first-year advising program. So not something that our students will graduate from necessarily, or do spend their 4 years in, but it's a really great first-year program for students that are undecided and want to take some time to figure out what they're interested in studying. Also a program that students may be admitted to if they're not directly admitted to their first choice program. So it gives you a pathway to get on campus, take some classes, and then transfer into that major ultimately. So another really cool program, in addition to the 7 colleges, schools, and programs that you see on the list here. Beyond that, we know that your college experience is going to be much more than just that classroom experience, especially in a place like Boulder. Our students have quite a bit to offer when it comes to finding communities and getting involved on campus. When it comes to some of the things that you see on the screen here, a couple of things that really stand out to me, our entrepreneurship experience. Boulder has been named the best city in the US to start a business a handful of times. So really cool entrepreneurial spirit here in Boulder, really big startup industry or startup scene here in Boulder, not just for our business students. That's going to benefit really any student that's looking to get a job when they graduate. For those of you that like to play outside, certainly no shortage of opportunities there with the Rocky Mountains right in our backyard. So we heard about that a little bit earlier as well. Definitely a lot of opportunities to be active here in Boulder. And I also mentioned research earlier. As I mentioned, we are a tier 1 research institution, so quite a bit going on here to be a problem solver and contribute to that research that we're doing. Like I said, lots of things going on. And I think what I really love about not just our campus experience, but also living in Boulder is that there really is something for everyone. As cheesy as it sounds, I do think there is something for everyone here in Boulder. It could be something as simple as just laying out on fair and field after class and reading a book with the flat irons in the background, or maybe it is some of those outdoor activities that we have to offer. So hundreds of miles of hiking and biking trails right here in Boulder, and some really cool things going on off campus as well. So I want to talk through a few logistics real quickly, just some things to be thinking about as you are navigating the college search. For anyone junior and younger that may be listening today, want to make sure that you're feeling prepared with what those next steps might look like. So we do start accepting applications in the fall of your senior year. We are part of the Common application, so you can apply to CU through the Common app starting in August when that opens. We do have 2 different application deadlines, so we are not rolling admission. So you want to apply by one of the 2 deadlines listed here. If you can apply early, I definitely recommend that. That'll get you a decision earlier and allow you a little bit more time to make your decision. One last thing I just want to share are our spring virtual experience options. We are not doing on-campus visits, but there are plenty of ways to continue engaging with us virtually. And with that, just want to share my contact information. Again, I do work with all of our Ohio students, and I'm happy to be a resource this year. Thanks.
Great. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Just a reminder, as we're about halfway through our presentations, that the Q&A widget is available to ask questions specific of a given institution or broader ones for all of our panelists. Up next, I'm pleased to introduce Cleveland Institute of Art.
Hi, everyone. Let me share my screen and we can get started. My name is Karen Wellman. I'm one of the admissions counselors at the Cleveland Institute of Arts. We are located in an area called University Circle, which is just about 10 minutes east of the downtown Cleveland area. We are where the Cleveland Museum of Art is, the Natural History Museum, Botanical Gardens. So we have this really great setting. We're also near Case Western Reserve University. So even though we're a small school, we sit on and near their campus. So it has a larger sort of feel when you're in our area because of all the different institutions and everyone in the area. So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is downtown. Maybe that's a place you'll visit when you come visit our school. And again, we're just about 10 minutes east. We are a small private school, small private art school. There's only about 650 students overall in our whole school. So you get a lot of individualized time and attention from our faculty, which is great. We do have, we are on the entertainment tour. So we have a lot of visiting artists. Sometimes they're local, international, sometimes they're CI alums, sometimes they're from Disney Pixar. And so the animation students particularly like when they come to town. Before this year, we were able to gather in person in our large auditorium, which also is also our Cinematheque. But we have been able to do these visits virtually this year. We have been doing virtual visits with our partners as well. So part of being at CIA is not only the classes that you'll be in. So you are in studio classes about 2/3 of your time and liberal arts about 1/3 of your time. Those are going to be your creative writing. Maybe you'll take anthropology classes, and you definitely will take some art history classes. But in those studio classes, it's really going to be important to get that connection with potential employers, doing internships, doing engaged practice classes, getting you outside the classroom to work. And Career Services does provide a career fair every year and an internship fair every year. So sometimes those are on campus, and then again this year those were done virtually. So sometimes they're international partners like Alfa Romeo, a car company in Italy, or sometimes they're local, just with the Cleveland Museum of Natural History pictured here. What's great about our school is our building. We are in a renovated building, one large building that's recently expanded. Part of the old building used to be an old Ford Model T plant. The newer space is pictured here. It's 4 stories of about 250,000 square feet of maker space, which is great. So we have all of the state-of-the-art equipment, whether you're interested in glass, using Wacom, Cintiqs, virtual reality equipment, working in the fabrication studios, cutting wood pieces for your printmaking processes. And students do get their own studio space starting their second year at our school. So not all art schools offer that, but we do offer it in starting your second year. The first year at our school is the foundation year. So we do have that foundation year program. So you get that time to explore all different types of media. This is our animation studios here. What's great about the spaces, the studio spaces you got, is faculty get to kind of walk around, talk to you, really give you that personal time and attention. We do have residence halls for our freshmen and sophomores. Potentially juniors and seniors can live in the sophomore residence hall as well if there's room available, but there's plenty of off-campus housing in our area that's affordable too. Students are in quad rooms with 2 bedrooms in each room and a bathroom in each bedroom, which is really nice. So this is just going to list all of the different majors that we have here. Please go to our website. We're at cia.edu. It'll list all the different majors. You can look them up individually. Lots of great alumni information as well on our website. Everyone from Zach Petrock, who actually won some Oscars for his animations that he's worked on, such as Big Hero 6 and the short The Feast. Also Nottingham and Spurk, they're CI alums, notable industrial designers in the area, but concept artists, visual artists, graphic artists, all working in our community and or nationally and internationally, such as Cassie. She came from our animation program. She's working at a digital firm here in Cleveland called China. Jim Groman is adjunct faculty at our school. He's worked for American Greetings, doing illustrations and toy design. Quentin Spencer went on to go into interior architecture at a firm in Georgia. So if you're interested in applying to our school, you can do so. If you're a junior now, you want to wait to your senior year. So starting this fall, and then our traditional deadlines have been December 1st, January 15th, and March 1st. We do require a portfolio when you're applying, so 12 to 20 images total. Your high school transcript, we're going to look at your cumulative GPA and at least your portfolio to base your acceptance and scholarship level on. And test scores are optional. So if you take the SAT or ACT, if you want to send us your scores, you can do so. Also make sure you send in a letter of recommendation, and your personal statement is helpful so we can learn more about you. So again, if you have any questions regarding our school or program, feel free to contact me. I'll put my name in the chat field and email address so you can email me, or you can email the school directly at our admissions site. It's really important, if you can, before you start applying, to get a portfolio review of your work. So again, contact us for that portfolio review. We will be in the fall. This year it was all done virtually, set up through the National Portfolio Association for portfolio reviews, but we can also do them if you contact the school. So thanks everyone for your time. I'll stop sharing the screen.
Great, thank you so much, Karen. Our next presentation this evening comes to us from Baldwin Wallace University.
Sorry about that, forgot to unmute myself. So my name is Cannon Deese. I'm a BW admission counselor, and joining me today is Kayla Proctor. She's also an admission counselor. She's in the chat ready to answer any questions that you guys have. So thank you for choosing our session, and hope you're all safe and healthy. So to start off, BW is a small liberal arts school located in Berea, Ohio, home of the Cleveland Browns training facility and just outside of the Cleveland airport. As you can see, we have an incredibly diverse student population. Students are coming from 32 different states and study over 80 different majors, from neuroscience to business to performing arts. We are a residential campus where over 85% of our first and second year students live on campus and in our residence halls. As a small to mid-sized school of just under 3,000 full-time undergraduate students, we are incredibly focused on a personalized approach to education. We keep our class sizes small, average about 19 students, and this gives the faculty an excellent opportunity to get to know each one of their students. As an alum myself, actually, of May 2020, I can testify that my professors knew me as a person. I just wasn't another number sitting in the back of the classroom. Most importantly, our faculty are focused on their student success. Our individualized faculty advising allows each student to work one-on-one throughout the year and throughout your 4 years, even after your 4 years, with a professor in their major as they schedule classes, seek internships, seek careers, and more. Our students are also incredibly involved and engaged on campus. We do have over 100 clubs and organizations to offer, ranging from the Outdoors Club with miles of the Cleveland Metro Park surrounding us, to a gaming club, to student government, national fraternity and sorority chapters, faith-based organizations, and we do house 23 Division III NCAA varsity sports. As I mentioned before, BW is located in Berea, Ohio, which is about 20 minutes southwest of downtown Cleveland. It's just a quick highway drive away. In addition to a variety of cultural, social, and athletic opportunities in the city, our students are most well served by internship opportunities available so close to campus. Required is an experiential learning opportunity for graduation. What this means is that students must graduate with at least a minimum of 30 hours of an incredibly impactful resume building, oftentimes life-changing experience. This can be completed in a variety of ways, and you kind of work with your academic advisor to sort that out throughout your years, what might best serve you in your future career in your major. But A few examples it could be completed by are studying abroad, student teaching, research. We have a lot of research opportunities on campus, and most commonly internships. It's not uncommon for our students to have multiple of these experiences before they graduate. And our reputation of strong, well-prepared, and hardworking students has caused Cleveland companies and organizations to actively come to us and seek out our students. Our students intern with Fortune 500 companies, professional sports teams, nationally ranked hospital systems, and more. As I mentioned also before, BW offers a ton of different majors. We have over 80 different majors, and you can see here that students study a lot of different topics, a lot of different schools, a lot of different majors, and a variety of different academic areas. Some of our more unique majors include a brand new 4-year nursing degree, a speech language pathology 5-year program, general engineering, a nationally recognized music theater program that has been ranked #1 in some publications, and a new exciting neuroscience program. We also have cybersecurity analyst major, as well as a Bachelor of Fine Arts in acting and hospitality and tourism management, just to name a few of those 80 different majors. Something to note as well is we are rolling admissions, so we do not have an application deadline, and we are free to apply. We are also a member of the Common Application, in addition to having our own application online at bw.edu. And all admitted students are eligible for academic scholarships. New this year, we have moved to test optional, so we no longer require the SAT or ACT. And you can see that regardless of a student's GPA there, it is not factored into the student's merit scholarship eligibility, those standard. As you can see on the graph, we will take your cumulative weighted high school GPA based on a 4.0 scale. If you do have test scores and you want to send them in with your application, please feel free, but they are not required by any means. And all the scholarships you see on this screen are awarded at the time of admission. You don't need to apply separately for them, and are renewable for up to 4 years. Something else new and exciting on campus, in an effort to meet the demands in growing fields like engineering, computer science, network security, and math, BW actually just opened our new Knowlton Center for the Sciences. Our students are in there, they're loving it. It's an awesome space on campus, and it houses a lot of advanced labs and promotes collaboration among students. It was also built with consultation from organizations in the industries I mentioned, so you know you're getting a good preparation for your career. Finally, we're so happy to have our students back on campus in our classrooms, and we've been welcoming prospective students as well all year. We're offering one-on-one info sessions as well as personalized tours. Some of our visitors have even been able to sit down with faculty members if that's something you're interested in, virtually and in person. And if you are more comfortable visiting from home, sitting on your couch, a little more comfortable, we do have a variety of virtual visit options, including one-on-one appointments and a variety of interesting sessions via Instagram Live that are scheduled out on the semester at our website, www.bw.edu. With that, I want to thank you guys for your time and attention. If you have any questions, Kayla and I will be in the Q&A chat waiting for you guys. Thanks.
Great, thank you very much. After our final presentation, we'll have time for Q&A, so certainly feel free to put those in. But at this point, I'm pleased to introduce Defiance College.
All right, thank you, Owen. I appreciate that. Hello, everybody. My name is Austin Fleming from Defiance College here in Ohio. Going to share a little bit about Defiance College to all of you right now. We are located in Northwest Ohio. Oh, I don't know why. All right, sorry about that. Again, this is Austin Fleming at Defiance College. Thank you for presenting me, Owen. We are located in Northwest Ohio. About kind of a 45-minute drive down from Toledo and 45 minutes east from Fort Wayne, Indiana, are our two closest bigger cities located here in Northwest Ohio. And a little bit about Defiance. We are actually a small private liberal arts college, like some of that are presented today. We have a little bit over 500 students right now, with about 65% living on campus, and actually we are almost 50% minority students from 15 plus different states, with almost 65% of our student population being Division III student athletes. We are one of the oldest actually schools in Ohio. We are founded in 1850, so just celebrated our 170th anniversary last year. So proud of that. And being from a town around 18,000, where Defiance, Ohio is located. Student to faculty ratio for us is about 11-to-1 with an average class size of 15 students. So like many other private liberal arts college, getting that one-on-one interaction is very important to us and for a lot of our students. Like I said before, we are a Division III place. We actually are, we have the conference that we are in is the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, which has schools located in Kentucky, Indiana, and the majority of ours are actually in Ohio. Those are the sports that we offer currently, with actually 2 of them being co-ed sports that we have had in the past couple years added in cheer and dance and esports. So our academic programs, we have 32 different majors, including 8 minors, with some of those crossing over with some of the majors. And we have some pre-professional programs that are combined there with our biology, molecular biology to be specific, major that you can have a concentration in. And then also 4 accredited programs there with nursing and RN to BSN, which is an online program, business, teaching education, which is one of our biggest ones along with business, and then social work that you would come out of there with an accredited certificate to be able to go ahead and start teaching, working in social work and things like that. And also 2 fully online programs, graduate, with our MBA in business and our MAE in Masters of Arts in Education. So 2 different ways that we offer applications here. One is online for free, and then through our website, as you can see there on the left, and then on the right there is the Common App, which is becoming a major one that a lot of students that we work with when they're applying to multiple colleges, more than maybe 1 or 2. And we are rolling admissions like other schools that are presented. So we do not have a strict deadline, but we are continuously all year getting applications and turning those over. So here's really quick, easy steps here for one applying. Then you'll be reached out to by one of our admissions counselors, getting in your transcripts, and then also your test scores for this year. Actually, we are test optional. Hoping to continue that going into next year. Not 100% sure yet, but we are test optional this year for the majority of our majors, except for nursing, the biology programs with vet and those ones. Those are all still requiring a test score. And then after that, get accepted. We'll get your FAFSA and then get you a financial aid package, and then we'll discuss that with your admissions counselor, and then see about depositing and signing up for one of our summer orientations. So here's a little bit what we're looking at this year for our just a residential student, and if you're a commuter, you can look down through there, self-explanatory tuition, room and board, and kind of some indirect costs that we try to factor in there for a lot of our students to kind of get an estimate. And then finally, here's our scholarship information that with our deans, Pilgrim, Trustee, Achievement, and Merit, which we added a 5th one, which is the Merit this year. And then you can see what you'll be awarded based on GPA and ACT, SAT in a normal year. This year was just lining up with all of our GPAs for our test optional students. One new thing we're actually offering we just started this year was called the Jacket Journey. And it's a requirement for every one of our students, no matter freshman to senior, that participating in career readiness program, different every single year from matriculation to graduation. And then some of the skills that we harp on, and what is the value of it. Right there on the left is developing career readiness skills and pursuing what you want to do after graduating, becoming valuable, and competitive in today's workforce, because it is never changing. Not as in competitiveness, but in positions and making yourself stand out and things like that. So that's something that we're very proud of just starting this year, that our president was actually her idea. And then right here is my information if you need to get a hold of me at all. Like I said, I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions and also an Assistant AD for Athletic Recruiting here at Defiance College. My cell phone email is there, and looking forward to potentially hearing from you. But that's all I have for now, and I appreciate you sitting down and making this important to find out what kind of colleges that you're interested in this evening. So I'll turn it back to you, Owen. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Austin. At this point, we have just a few moments remaining for Q&A, so we'll bring all of our presenters back. And in the order of the initial presentations, I think one of the things that students often are asking and interested to learn about an institution are what are kind of a signature event or tradition that you have.
Yeah, so a tradition at the University of San Diego that I absolutely love is our Christmas tree lighting ceremony. It's really just nice to come together with community, faculty, staff, their families all together. It's all done by candlelight, everyone's singing Christmas carols, and then we light up our Christmas tree in the middle of campus. So it's a light out of darkness, and it's really just a great way for the community to come together and celebrate before finals and the stressful times.
A fun tradition that we have at Western Colorado University is that we have one of the largest collegiate emblems on the side of a mountain in the nation, which is a fun fact. But every year for homecoming, our mountain rescue team goes up and lights that W on fire. So just kind of a fun homecoming tradition at Western.
So at CU Boulder, we have a tradition that happens at all of our home football games. We have a live mascot. So Ralphie is our live buffalo mascot. She is awesome. She runs across the football field before every game and at halftime at every home football game. So definitely fun to watch a massive buffalo run across the football field.
Every February, we have our student independent exhibition opening. So this is the once a year juried show that our seniors get to try to participate in. It's also put on by and kind of run by the students that are part of our student government body as well. So you have leadership opportunities and then also opportunities to exhibit and potentially get your work in this big show that we have every year.
One of our traditions at BW is what we call April Rain. It typically happens in April of each year. And it's really kicked off with a large entertainment event or a concert on campus. Different departments are doing a bunch of different things. Student Life puts on different team games, almost like an Olympic style type event weekend. The weather is typically really nice, so different departments are outside doing different things. North Quad is always packed with different stuff put on by Student Life. It's really just a weekend-long celebration of the year, getting ready to go into finals and blowing off some of that stress of all that final studying.
One cool tradition we actually have here at Defiance College, unfortunately this year we had to pause it because of the COVID-19 crisis. But in a typical year, this has gone back for decades, is before our final homecoming game against the Bluffton University Beavers is our traditional rival going back decades. We have a bonfire, school-wide bonfire right on one of our fields just by the football field. And that's a tradition that's been going on for an extremely long time here, no matter if the game's away or home. And it's just kind of a cool thing to celebrate the end of the fall right before going into exams and celebrating our last home football game of the year or away, just in a typical homecoming fashion.
Great. Thank you all for sharing those traditions and events with us, as well as your institutions during the presentations. At the conclusion of this webinar, you'll be prompted with a brief 4-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And also just a reminder that there are more college fairs happening this evening, so you can register for those at the same website where you registered for this one, which is also where you'll find recordings of this session and all others in about a week's time. Thanks so much and have a great night.